Welcome to the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We're reporting to you live from the Wave Beach Realty Studios in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. All right, guys, welcome back into the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist. I am Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist, and we are on Season 4, Episode 7. Wes didn't think I'd remember, so he threw up 7 for me. The sad part is I'm not good at counting fingers, so I would have still struggled with it if I didn't remember on Episode 7. But today, I know we were talking a little bit off air about, kind of what the real estate market's been doing since the last time.
We didn't get any content out last week. I was busy with family stuff and just into school semester, but you've been wide open with real estate.
Yeah, so yeah, you were doing family stuff and babysitting. I've been babysitting these clients, so we were technically doing the same thing. But the real estate market has been kind of.
If any of his clients are listening, he's just kidding.
I
Please
just
don't take
kid,
it
you guys
personally.
are all great to work with, except you, Cheryl. I don't have a,
Ouch.
I don't have a Cheryl. We're joking, but but yeah, the real estate market has. I would call it pretty close to being kind of nuts compared to the lull we've been in. Not COVID 2.3% interest rate nuts, but the
Right,
market's
right.
good. Rates are not going to come down, so all you buyers stop waiting around for rates to come down because prices are coming down. Sellers are getting more negotiable. I'm starting to see some of the resale homes come down in price, especially ones that need work and need updating. So
Hmm.
the good news is if you're a buyer, you don't have to pay the price that you think you do for these homes. There really is more wiggle room and negotiation room than there was. Sellers are starting to get realistic and see that they have to adapt to these won't sell. It, it's a learning curve for them, but it's at that point where people are starting to see it and they're like, okay, I just have to price this home at what the market will bear, and that's what you're going to see. So if you're a buyer, first time buyer, stop worrying about the interest rates. Buy when it's right, and then when the market goes up, if you want to sell and move that equity into something else when you have equity in the property, do that. But don't wait for interest rates because that's what everybody else does, and you will lose if you wait for interest rates right now.
You said they announced, and see, I should know this, but I have been in the semester. I didn't see the last minutes from the last meeting.
This
They're
was,
talking about not dropping them at all this year because
yeah, the
the
Fed
new
came
Fed
out and
chair.
pretty much said, yeah,
Ah,
well, I heard the last time they had a meeting and talked about rates, they said they didn't anticipate that they would do a rate adjustment
yeah, but
for 20.
that's Powell trying to set up. Um,
Yeah,
he's trying to set up the long term, but the new guy starts this month, so we'll see. Because I mean,
right. Well, maybe it
he's a
changes,
Trump
you know.
guy,
Yeah.
and Trump is just he is all out to make them drop those rates. So
Yeah,
we'll
which
see what
I
happens.
don't necessarily think need to be. Yeah, I don't think there needs to be a crazy drop though. I think prices need to come down more than rates need to come down to curb the inflation that was in the housing market. So maybe it'll happen, but yeah, the Myrtle Beach market's booming. I mean, buyers are out. Uh, and you can still do a lot. You can get creative on financing where, you negotiate seller paid closing costs and you use those to buy your interest rate down. There's so many factors where you can get creative and still get good interest rates. The one thing you can't change is the price of the home. So that's what people need to focus on. People are all about rates, rates, rates. I don't care if rates are 50%. If I can get creative and figure out how to, obviously that 50% would be crazy, but
Yeah, yeah.
6%, 4%, 7% doesn't matter to me.
Well,
You really, if you get
we've talked.
creative,
You and I've talked for a long time. Between 5 and 7 is natural, but probably between 6 and 7.
yeah,
So it's going to stay that high. I don't think we should see. I don't think we should expect what started under the Obama administration to come back. I mean, that's
yeah,
literally what led to such a hard crash in COVID. It also has led to all kind of other stuff, issues in the financial markets because the interest rate was kept too low for too long. Um,
agreed.
literally, literally, it changed how the Fed did monetary policy. I think to its detriment, and has left them literally one of their tools right now is called forward guidance. And
Mm.
forward guidance means they're going to tell us what they think is going on in the economy and then tell us what they're going to do about it. Now, the second part I kind of like is up until 5, 6 years ago, they never would telegraph where they were going.
Mm.
And the market hates ambiguity. It wants to know it wants to expect something. But the first part bothers me because all during COVID, they're like, oh, we don't see inflation. No, inflation's not coming. No, they knew good and well inflation was coming.
Oh yeah,
So don't give me that crap. So forward
yeah.
guidance to me, half of it is just a bunch of BS. And
It is.
but but it's changed how they do monetary policy, and literally, I think it makes it worse.
Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872.
All right. Well, now it's officially time to introduce my book, Econ Sense, Economics for Everyday Living. You can actually find it by going to my website, econsense.us. If you go there, you'll see there are links to Amazon where you can pick it up, just a paperback, or if you'd rather have the ebook, you can go to Innovative Ink Publishing in care of Kendall Hunt Publishing Company, where you can get the print or ebook. And while you're on that website, you can also check out my other podcast, Econ Sense. I have several different series that go by. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. Email me at west.the.economist@gmail.com, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to the rates, I know people get so bent out of shape about them, but if you can get creative and look past it, you really have an advantage on a lot of other buyers, and you can really get into homes in a market that's kind of soft. But buyers are starting to realize that, and they're buying anyway. And if you miss out on that, and then your rates do go down when everybody else is buying, and you pay 30 or 40,000 more for a house, I hope that was worth saving $62 a month on your mortgage. But you know.
They did
I
it.
just don't recommend going that route. I think it's much better to try to find the home for the cheapest price you can, worry about the interest rate later, or use seller paid closing costs to do a rate buy down, or even do a adjustable rate, which I know scares people, but they're not the adjustable rates you think of from 2008 crash. They have limits on them, and you can get much better rates on 7-year ARMs. And the theory is within 7 years, the rates are going to change where you're probably going to refi out of that anyway. So there's a lot of different creative ways to get better interest rates and still get a good housing price in a market like this instead of just waiting for rates to be 4% and then you're competing with 36 people for the same house and you're just going
Yeah,
to pay for it anyway.
yeah. Well, we got about a minute left. So, what's the inventory in Myrtle Beach looking like? Horry County, Grand Strand.
So inventory is still high, especially on condos and townhomes. The condo market's taking a beating because of HOA fees and taxes and insurance going so high on them. So condos are still struggling a little bit, but the housing market with single family homes, the resales are starting to move a little bit. The You're still competing with a lot of new construction, but like I said, the prices are starting to come down to offset that in there. So there's going to be a little bit more of a gap where you will pay more for a new construction home than a
Hmm.
resale. And
Right.
once we finally get that sweet spot, you'll start seeing the inventory move a little quicker, but we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. It's a process. Sellers, it's a learning curve. They don't want to admit that maybe they're selling at not the best time or that they didn't buy at the best time. But it's that's
That would be me every time I do anything like
well,
that.
listen, even a couple of the condos I sold off, I sold them in a buyer's market and I did okay on them, but I would have done much better selling them 3 years ago and I
Yeah.
didn't, here and I'm a real estate agent. So it is what it is. That's just you can't predict the market. You can just adapt.
Right. All right. Well, we'll end up there, and we'll catch you on the next quick clip coming up in a couple of days.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys on the next one.
When life gets unpredictable, turn to a partner you can trust. At Bobby Clary State Farm, we've got you covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we're dedicated to providing personalized coverage that fits your needs. With our friendly and knowledgeable team, navigating your insurance options have never been easier. Visit bobbyclary.com or call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right.
Eisenhower Dental, located at 107 Waccamaw Medical Park Drive in Conway, a place where you can find all your dental services, including general dentistry, cosmetic, restorative, and pediatric dentistry. Reach out to them today at their website, eisenhowerdental.com, or call them at 843-234-3110. 843-234-3110 and tell them West the Economist sent you. Mortgage payment, insurance payments, credit card payments, they can be very overwhelming. Are you ready to take the time to get things under control? Then reach out to me at Clark Financial Coaching to see if we can get you started with a budget and then a vision for the future. write me at coachwestc@gmail.com. That's coachwestc@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and X at DollarsCentsGS and on Facebook at Dollars and Cents.